بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على رسولنا محمد سيد الأولين والآخرين مدد يا رسول مدد يا سادة أصحاب رسول الله مدد يا مشايخ دستور مولانا شيخ الله فازل حسين محمد الحقاني مدد طريقتنا الصحبة والخير في الجمعية مبارك جمعة إن شاء الله.
Today is the blessed day of Jummah.
Önümüzdeki Cuma 3 ayları başlamış olmuş oluyor.
And inshallah, next time we meet for Jummah next week, the sacred holy 3 months will have started.
Mübarek aylardır.
These holy 3 months are blessed.
Recep, Şaban, Ramazan.
The sacred months of Recep, Shaban, Ramadan are blessed months.
Bu aylar Allah Azze ve Celle'nin her insana nasip etsin ki kıymet bilsin.
These months are a divine favor by Allah Almighty, and may Allah Almighty grant people the understanding and appreciation of these valuable months.
Kıymeti bilmeyen çok.
There are many people who do not appreciate these holy 3 months.
Yılbaşını bilirler, bilmezler bu mübarek ayları.
People know about New Year's Eve, the beginning of New Year, but they don't know about these holy 3 months.
Mübarek aylar, onlar da kıymetli olan.
It is these 3 holy months that are valuable.
Sana kalacak olan hayır, hasenat, sevapları.
And it is the holy months that will make you gain rewards and accomplishments that will last forever.
Çok olan aylardır bu aylar.
And now these 3 months that are ahead of us are an opportunity to obtain those everlasting rewards.
Onun için bu Recep ayı, Şaban ayı, bir de Ramazan. Bunlar da
it is these 3 holy months, the holy months of Rajab, the holy month of Shaban, and of Ramadan.
Oruç tutmak zaten Ramazan'da farzdır. Ötekilerinde de çok Peygamber Efendimizin oruç tuttuğu aylardır.
It is an obligation, a duty, fard, to fast during the holy month of Ramadan, and it is the tradition of our beloved Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, that he used to fast a lot throughout the holy months of Rajab and Shaban.
Sevapları çoktur.
There's great reward to obtain during these months through fasting.
Şimdi nafile oruç tabi oluyor.
To fast outside of Ramadan is nafila fasting, so it's voluntary.
Recep, Şaban. Ama
if you fast during the month of Rajab and Shaban, this is voluntary fasting.
Kaza orucu olan insan kazasını yapması lazım.
But we must know that if we have missed a fasting during the holy month of Ramadan, where it is obligatory to fast, then we must make sure to first make qada and make up for that, for having missed an obligatory fasting.
Kaza farzdır. Farz sünnetten daha kıymetlidir.
Fard, to make up for fard is more important, more valuable than sunnah, and therefore it is important in the first place to make up for those things that are fard, that one has missed, like the obligatory fasting.
Onu yapması farzı, onu yapmasa onun cezası vardır.
Because if you don't perform what is obligatory, if you do not fulfill what is fard, then there's a punishment for it.
Nafile yapmasan ceza yok.
If you miss something that is nafila, voluntary, then there's no punishment for it.
Farz olan kılmadığın namazlar, tutmadığın oruçlar falan, onlar hep kazasını yapmak lazım.
So, for example, it is obligatory to fast 5 times a day, to pray 5 times a day, to fast during the holy month of Ramadan. And if you miss one of those obligations, then you must make qada, you must make up for it.
Şimdi namazda kazaya niyet ettim yaparsın.
It is if you miss an obligatory prayer, then you make up for that missed prayer.
Ama oruç biraz daha değişik.
But if you miss an obligatory fasting, then there are special requirements.
Oruç varsa sana o orucun kefareti var.
So if you missed fasting during the holy month of Ramadan, then there's not only qada, there's not only a make-up for that missed fast, but there's also kaffarah, which means that there's atonement in addition to it.
Yani bir gün tutmadın, bir ay tutmadın, 2 ay tutmadın, 3 sene, 5 sene tutmadın. Hepsi için birinci kefaret olarak 60 gün tutman lazım.
So, let's say if you missed a day during the holy month of Ramadan, if you missed 2 days, if you missed a month, 2 months, 3 years, 5 years, no matter how much obligatory fasting you have missed, before you start making up for every single day, you must make once kaffarah, which means that you must once fast for 60 days before you make up for every single day.
Yani bir gün tutmadın, 10 sene tutmadın, hepsi aynı.
So, regardless of whether you missed 1 day or whether you missed 10 days, you must once make kaffarah, which means you must make an atonement of fasting for 60 days in a row.
Bunlar için bir defa oluyor. Orucu borcunu tutmadan önce onu tutman lazımdır. Onu tutmasan,
if you broke your fast, if you did not fast during the holy month of Ramadan, then before making up for every single day individually, you must first make an atonement, an expiation, kaffarah, to fast 60 days in a row before you start making up for every single day.
Olmuyor. Onun için 60 gün onu tutmak. Onun için şimdiden söylüyoruz ki
these 60 days are to be performed once before you make up for every single day, and we make sure to let you know beforehand about this.
Bu daha çarşamba gününe kadar var. Çarşamba günden sonra 60 gün, bazen Arabi ay, kameri ay dediğimiz 29 oluyor, 30 oluyor. Onun için 1-2 gün önceden tutmak lazım.
Because it is now the opportunity to combine this kaffarah, this fasting of 60 days, with the holy month of Rajab and Shaban. If you start fasting on Wednesday, it's going to be late, because then you're running the danger to complete the 60 days before Ramadan. So it's important to start a day earlier, because since we follow the lunar calendar, it may change. So you may miss a single day, and then you may not have completed the 60 days.
Bu sene de maşallah hani bu tam günlerin en kısa olduğu vakit yani.
And now is a good opportunity, because now the days are short.
Oruç tutmak zor değil bu günlerde.
It is not as difficult to fast during these days, during this season.
Kefaret için de tam münasip vakittir.
It is an ideal time now to make a kaffarah.
Onun için kefareti olan başlasın.
So if you need to make kaffarah, then now is a good time to start those 60 days.
İsterse yarından başlasın ya öteki günden başlasın.
You may start tomorrow or the day after tomorrow.
En geç yani pazartesinden başlasın ki
or at the latest on Monday.
Oruçları Ramazan'dan önce bitmiş olsun.
So that you complete your 60 days of kaffarah before the beginning of Ramadan.
Kefareti bitmiş olsun. Ondan sonra da Ramazan tutulur.
And then you may continue to fast during Ramadan.
Ramazan'dan sonra 6 günler var.
And then after Ramadan there is the additional 6 days of fasting.
Var Zülhicce var, onlar var.
Then there's the days of fasting during Dhul-Hijjah.
Ara ara şeylerini borçları olan insan onları tutar ondan sonra.
And then you may use these opportunities to make up for each single day you have missed after having completed the 60 days.
Ama en mühim şey bu 2 ay arada kesinti olmadan tutması, yani o
So while making up for each single day you have missed during the holy month of Ramadan, you may fast any day. It does not have to be in a row, but when it comes to make kaffarah, to complete the expiation, then you must make sure to fast 60 days in a row before you can start making up for each and every single day, which you can fast any day.
Kefaret farzdır zannedersem. Farz, onu yapmadan önce o şeyler olmaz.
If I'm not mistaken, it is farz. It's obligatory to make kaffarah. Without that fasting of 60 days, you cannot make up the single days you have missed during the holy month of Ramadan.
Onun için dediğimiz gibi hem vakit münasip hem daha vakit var Ramazan.
And now is a good time because the days are short and you still have time to start fasting so that your kaffarah is at the same time of the holy months of Rajab and Shaban before beginning Ramadan.
Orucuna kadar 2 aydan fazla var. Onu rahat dediğimiz 2 ay var ama
now there's more than 2 months ahead of us before Ramadan, so you may easily complete the 60 days.
2 ayı birden tutmak lazım.
But again, it's important to make sure to fast these 60 days in a row.
Hastalık olmadıktan sonra onları muhakkak 2 ay 60 gün tutulacak.
If you are not sick, now is the chance to complete kaffarah and to fast 60 days in a row.
Ondan sonra Allah affetsin.
And then may Allah Almighty forgive you.
Allah kabul etsin.
And may Allah Almighty accept.
Gene de yani bütün hayatı boyunca oruç tutsa insan bir gün farzı sevabına nail olamaz.
And again, to stress the importance that even if you fasted throughout your entire life, you will not be obtaining the reward of a single day of an obligatory fast. If you miss a single day of an obligatory fast, you will have missed the reward. Even if you fasted an entire life, you would not make up for that.
Yani kaçırdığı bir gün farzın yani sebepsiz, özürsüz kaçırdığı bir gün orucu bütün hayat boyunca tutsa onun sevabına nail olamaz.
So if you missed an obligatory fast during the holy month of Ramadan without an excuse, without being sick, and without a reason for you not fasting, then even if you fasted your entire life, you will not be gaining, you can make up that fast, but you will not be gaining the rewards and blessings of that missed fasting.
Gene de Allah affetsin. Zarardan nereden dönerse kâr ederler.
But nevertheless, may Allah Almighty forgive you, and it is better to make the U-turn and to escape wrongdoing as soon as possible, no matter. It's never too late to make a U-turn and to ask Allah Almighty for forgiveness.
Onun için inşallah kefareti olan başlasın.
And may those who need to make kaffarah, to compensate their missed fasting days, may they start to do so.
Tutsun, o yük sırtından ensin inşallah.
So that they may be relieved of that burden of having missed a fasting day of Ramadan.
Allah hepimizi affetsin.
May Allah Almighty forgive us all.
Nefsimize uydurmasın ki.
May Allah Almighty protect us from following our egos.
Böyle zararlara uğramayalım inşallah.
May Allah Almighty protect us from our egos so that we may not undergo such losses, inshallah.
ومن الله توفيق. الفاتحة.